And
Sorry, another podcast.
We're back. It's Drink Water Podcast. We have a new little setup. Sorry, we were just reading before the podcast started.
It's a good book. I've read it myself many times.
It's a new little thing. We're just letting people know that we're kind of thinking men.
The economy this week's back on top by the looks of things.
Bitcoin looks like it's going to go back up.
Yeah, it's steady on the incline. $600 up now.
It's so funny seeing like those graph photos. It's just like looking
Zoom
good.
out.
Yeah. Oh no, just the what is it?
I've never seen
the
those.
funny little chart things, and it's always like looking good.
Oh, right.
Just for because you do Bitcoin. So
Yeah.
I
do Bitcoin.
Yeah, you do Bitcoin.
I'm a Bitcoiner.
You're a Bitcoiner. How's the market actually going?
I don't know. I'm more in Ethereum.
Is that separate to Bitcoin?
It's a cryptocurrency.
What is it actually doing now?
What is it? It's
what
going
is-
back
what
up
is
a
it
little
doing?
bit.
Yeah.
So it dropped from 7,000 down to like 1,500. Quite a lot.
Okay, gosh.
Quite a
That's a
lot.
pretty solid drop.
So a lot of people bought in at like 5,000.
Yeah.
Then it went up 1,000 or two, and they're like, "This is it. I've made it."
Yeah. You're
I'm
gonna
living
be
the dream,
You're gonna
and
be
then
great.
Went back to where they bought it and went $3,000
Dang.
below. So a lot of people lost a lot of money.
You've lost a lot of money.
I didn't ever. I bought it 1,500.
Oh, you
so
bought it
went
1,500,
back
so it's
down
the
to
same.
base. But now it's back to like 2,200 or something.
Do you think?
I don't really follow Bitcoin as much. I don't have much Bitcoin. So.
Were there a lot of people that bought in when it was 1,500?
Yeah, people bought in at $2. People bought in at
True.
$100, but a lot bought in at around 5,000, 4,000.
Because you thought this is the thing.
Well, it was popping, and it was not stopping. NFTs were popping.
That's true.
Nothing could stop it. But then at the same time, I think NFTs stopped it. All the scams finally blew up.
Because I've seen all that thing about the the Bored Ape conspiracy.
I haven't seen the conspiracy of that.
It's like run by just like neo-Nazis or something like that. And it's like all like 4chan trolls.
I think it's definitely trolls.
Yeah, like it's a troll to like the world.
Yeah.
Apparently they have all this like racist sort of imagery in the actual
True.
I don't even know, like
the
yacht
fact
club,
that
a whole
apes.
bunch of things. Yeah, the fact it's apes, like certain logos, certain words that they use, like it's all linked back to.
No wonder Eminem's a big supporter. Of that.
It would be the funniest thing if because I guess
troll, obviously, I would not be surprised.
I was thinking if just Eminem was actually racist.
Yeah.
Imagine having to deal with people like he grew up in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like you're probably not gonna be happy with people calling you white boy and trailer trash non-stop. Oh, what is he from Detroit?
He was from Chicago.
Really?
Even crazier, yeah.
Gosh. I think it would actually...
I think he was from Southside Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. But definitely Chicago.
You'd have a pretty bad experience with black people.
You'd see the worst of the...
Yeah, you'd literally see the worst of them. And you'd be like, maybe this group is bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're just around if you're in a dangerous area.
Yeah.
If you're in Detroit or Chicago, you're probably thinking, dang, this group is pretty bad. I'll go first hand because I grew up around da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. It'd be a different experience.
It'd be it would be hilarious if Eminem's secretly racist.
Yeah, who knows? I doubt
It'd be great. It'd be really great.
Funny. He comes on Steven Crowder or whatever. So. It's like my old friend. What's his real name?
Here with Eminem, he's just got like a bulletproof vest on, Steven Crowder. It's like I'm here with Eminem.
What's his real name?
Marshall Mathers.
Good song.
It would be funny. He just goes full right wing. He's just gonna show him Sense of TV. He's just talking to Milo.
He's completely dropped off. I saw he's straight now, Milo.
Oh, that was
a troll.
It's funny because those people live in a world of trolls.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to decipher what they actually are doing.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah, most of those kind of people who are like, I'm a politician and I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
It's an awkward place to be.
I feel like he was just legitimately Bruno, this act.
Yeah, it would be an interesting... It'd be an interesting act.
Yeah.
It'd be a very interesting act.
He just did it. He wasn't Chris Lilly on a TV show, so I'm just going to do it in real life.
Yeah.
never break character. And
Is
make
this-
money
yeah,
off
yeah.
it and just laugh.
Is this a new thing? Do you think people are like committing to these characters?
Trolls.
Yeah. Because you think someone like Gavin McGuinness,
Yeah.
like I think we keep on talking about the same people every single episode, but like someone who's like
I'm just
this-
trying to convert people to the right wing.
No, but it's like
the right side.
It's the
It's
right.
in the word.
But it's like these people who, like even Gavin potentially is this like big lefty.
Yeah. Not at all. but
Founded,
yeah, yeah.
not even, but like
Used to
founded,
be.
founded, yeah, used to be. Founded Vice, he's like a vegan, he's in a punk band, he hates his Nazis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to do this funny character. This is like, not even extreme right-wing guy, but this kind of like conservative guy who's just like really, like, straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
I think it's like the triggering people has just as, if not more, good effect for your career
Yeah.
than pleasing people.
It's like the Cassidy Campbell thing.
Yeah.
Like it's you can
It's
have these
so many-
ideas
it's
and
like
just do
6ix9ine,
separate things.
6ix9ine, people loved him because they hated him. They hated
Yeah.
to see this Mexican guy saying the N-word with like
Yeah.
purple rainbow hair.
Yeah, it has
50,000
6ix9ine
chains.
like tattooed all over his
All
body.
6ix9ine over his, it's just
Yeah.
troll itself.
And it's a huge troll.
Every
yeah.
kid in school was writing 6ix9ine was like the funniest thing. Just to write it like on your like workbook and be like, bro,
Look.
I've been loving boy, you're so funny, bro.
It's
Took it to that next level.
He did, yeah. He got it tattooed all over
Yeah.
himself.
Even
Like
before that, like the clothes he would make were just crazy.
That's true.
Crazy.
That's true. What did he had like just the N-word on pants? Or something
Yeah,
on the back of
it's
pants.
so funny. So funny.
It's good. It's good for getting attention.
Yeah.
It's literally because I feel in the late 2010s it was all that like attention generation.
Yeah.
And that's where you had like all the SoundCloud people where if you did certain things, there's a pretty high chance you could get attention.
Yeah.
Like it is just what can I do that I know people are going to look at, that I know people are
It's
going to
funny.
see.
And why do people like it? Because I don't even know. What would you say?
I guess it's because it's the idea that someone doesn't care about their life.
Which we all kind of want to do at the same time.
Yeah, we all kind of wanted
Yeah.
it. I was having a conversation with someone about just being like, what was it? I think we were talking about City of God. Just being like this gangster kid,
Yeah.
where life kind of, even I think in those countries, there are certain countries where life just doesn't mean as much.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to live over the age of
Oh,
25.
of course.
So you live fast.
Yeah.
You literally, you break and enter, you do robberies, you get involved in crime, you kill people. Life kind of means nothing. You have like a family at 18.
You've seen so much death.
Yeah, you see so much death and you live fast every single day. It's like, okay, what am I going to do to get money fast? What crazy things am I going to do? And then you die at around like 22.
Yeah.
There's something kind of, I think, beautiful about it.
It's not more, maybe not 22,
But like dying young.
yeah, getting old. Who wants to really be
Do people really want to get
70
old?
years old?
Yeah. Oh, I even think it's kind of weird becoming 35.
I know 35-year-olds.
Who are still cool.
Yeah, I don't know what's cool. I feel like
Or like exciting.
I'm not
Like
even talking about
exciting.
that. I'm more just talking physically.
Yeah.
Like, where are we supposed to be where you can't even like move again? You're back to your.
Oh yeah, when you
you're
get
just
probably.
in this chair and you
Yeah.
kind of walk there, then you walk back, and
That's
you feed.
true.
You're not
Probably happens around 70.
70-ish.
Yeah, I think around
65,
70.
70.
65, 70 is where
Retirement.
you.
It's retirement.
Yeah.
There are a few that are somehow running marathons still, but I
That's
feel the
it's
majority
literally like that's probably the 1%.
at that age.
Yeah.
Something just hits.
If you turn 70,
It's
things
scary.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many 70. Someone's 70, you can tell.
Yeah.
If someone's 70 and they'll run marathons, it's like, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? How? You're 70?
But I wonder when we're 70,
Mm.
what like new technology has changed.
Yeah, you're right. That's the difference. That's the difference with this generation.
Like, what will we be like?
I don't think it's going to happen fast enough.
For us,
Yeah.
we'll still be pretty similar. Same kind of drugs to help you
Yeah,
with this and
exactly.
that.
It's going to help enough, but like What they're going to have to do
You
is
don't think
capture
there'll be
something
drastic
young.
change in 50 years? Oh, you got to capture the young.
I think you've got to capture it young, because I think, like, literally it's a time
reversal.
ticking. Yeah, time is ticking. They can
So
probably
you don't
catch...
think they could come up with some genome reversing?
I don't think you could reverse it. I think when you're... Again, I don't know anything about science, but I think after you've aged into something, I think the reversal period's harder.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen in probably like 100 years...
At 40.
Yeah, or even... Not even 40. Like, you'll get someone as a child, and it'll be like, okay, yeah, do you want them to be healthy until 70?
Right.
Do you want them to kind of have the physicality of an 18-year-old for the rest of their life?
18's nothing. You reckon 8? What's your peak? And I feel like it's different for a woman and a man.
Yeah, physical peak.
I think 30, 35. 30.
Physical peak. I think it's 25.
20, so my age right now.
Yeah, right now. You're at your physical peak.
Not
like, you're right at the end.
Yeah.
You hit your physical peak.
Right.
I think they say with, like, most athletes and stuff like that, when you get close to 30, it's time to wrap it up.
Right.
I think around that age...
You can't push your body like you could before.
Exactly.
You've
I think
lost
it's
some drive.
a lot. Like, and just, not even drive, just like physicality.
Yeah.
Like, your body can't go as fast as it could. I think, what is it, 22 to 27 maybe? But that might be wrong.
That seems about right.
But then, Usain Bolt and stuff like that.
Yeah, how old is he?
But then you have freaks, because he's a freak. I think, like, for the average person,
Yeah.
like, you have LeBron James, you have, like, Usain Bolt, all these freaks who are kind of, like, 35, 40,
Yeah.
probably doing as well as the fittest
I guess
22-year-old.
not as many people seem to play sport anymore.
That's true.
Not many at all.
Yeah, because it...
Really flowing this, like, down a bladder this conversation.
I know, it's good, it's literally...
Into the neck.
It's the Drink Water podcast at the end of the day. The conversation's going to flow like water. It is, you're just listening to a river. Yeah, people aren't playing sports as much.
Because, yeah, I was talking about this, about, like, raising kids and... Like, remember when we were kids, the amount of sport we played?
Oh my gosh.
I think about how good that would have been.
Yeah, it was the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah. No, just like, even for now, how that is just... Whatever... Because I feel like that age is so crucial.
Yeah, you've got so much energy. I think you've got more energy, because when you are around that, like, 10-ish, like 8 till 12-ish age, you run everywhere.
Yeah.
You literally run everywhere. Because you...
And I feel like if
energy.
I hadn't been doing exercise in those years, I would probably... I don't know.
Do you think it would do something to your psychology, or...?
I feel like I'd be less healthy now, and less knowing of what healthy can actually feel like at the same time.
Yeah.
Having have experienced what your peak can feel like, and then leaving that. At least I know how to get...
Yeah, that's true.
What you can get back to.
I don't know if you can ever get back to the energy of being
Not the
12.
energy, but just the...
Or at 10. I think 10 you reach. It's probably like 10 you reach your peak.
Yeah.
I honestly think, because what happens, like, the hormones actually start hitting at 12.
Yeah.
So you have this childish energy, and that's when you have, like,
the whole life changes once you hit puberty.
Oh, literally.
Everything. The whole thing just goes, I
don't have to run. I don't have to run.
I get life now. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just fun. Oh. That's not that good.
It is, it's true.
Yeah.
It's 12, and you kind of feel it coming up.
It just hits. Puberty happens, and you're like,
dang.
Every single thing changes.
Yeah, everything. Because it's like, you don't want to do sports anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you can do them, but they don't feel the same.
Yeah.
There's something about being 10 and playing soccer.
You're not even thinking. You just
You're
naturally...
running with the ball.
Yeah.
There's no strategy.
You're literally a dog.
Yeah.
Chasing the ball. You're in heaven in a way.
Oh, it's the
You're
greatest.
in this, like, innocent bliss period where...
And then you find out what soccer actually is, and there's actual strategy involved, and you have to pass, and you can't just like run around as fast as you can with the ball. It ruins it.
Yeah.
I think everything kind of gets ruined. You can't go running everywhere.
Mm.
Imagine being 14 years old, and like running somewhere. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, you get the anxiety hits as well.
You start second guessing everything you do.
Because you're a sexual human maybe. So
That's
now
true.
what you do matters within your social realm a lot more than it used to.
Yeah, that's true. You
And
could
then
do something when you were 10, and now you do it when
roll
you're
in
14.
the dirt and it was like you're a kid.
Yeah,
Who cares
yeah.
about a kid? But now you're a teenager.
That's true.
A lot's more expected of you.
Yeah.
In society.
You can't just roll around in the dirt because there's probably going to be some girl that judges you.
There's something
Or
I'll
some guy
never
that
forget
judges you.
at like the year. It was probably, I was still probably young. Maybe year 8.
Yeah.
Year 7.
Mm.
At the Pie Swimming Carnival. And Joel was just in the mud just doing like stars.
Yeah.
And he was just like, come on, it's our last time, I reckon, that we can actually do this.
Wow.
And I was just laughing at the time. I was like, it's funny. But I'll never forget that.
Really?
And it was the last time. Because what after that was at year 9.
Gosh.
And then kind of like, you had to be a real serious. And then year 10.
So he was so aware of life in that way.
It's scary,
It's
right?
the last time we can ever do this.
Have fun, actual fun, and be stupid kids.
Gosh. Because, when was the last time you think you did something childishly fun? Like pure childishly fun without any sense of irony.
Yeah. Oh, without any sense of irony.
Yeah, with any sense of irony. Because kids don't do things ironically at all.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're like drunk with your friends and you're like walking through a park and you just run or something.
That's true.
They're the rare times that I feel.
But it's filled with a sense of irony, I feel.
Not necessarily, not in that sense.
Right.
You're just intoxicated, so you feel like it.
Are you laughing?
Not necessarily.
No.
You just feel like a bit of like that childish feeling again.
Okay.
Nothing matters. I can just roll in the dirt. Like
it's
funny.
So it's not this silly thing. It's just pure fun.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
I feel like they're the
You have to be intoxicated to get to that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's probably why the whole world's chasing it.
That's probably is why. Because again, for the listeners, I don't drink, so I wouldn't even know what it feels like to be drunk. But being drunk is similar to being a child again.
Especially when you're like, not to sound misogynistic.
No.
But there's definitely something about drinking with men.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that I can't even get my head around. It's different.
Andrew Tate can get his head around it though. Boozing. I can't do that.
It's something else. I don't even know what it is.
When a booze? He's
I
boozing
think
already.
it's as toxic as it sounds, it's literally the testosterone and the alcohol. Because when you're with it, the testosterone, it's like bouncing off each other.
Right.
Not that you're being toxic and doing things, but you just feel this very strong connection.
Drinking with men.
In a primal way.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It's funny, like, Drink Water podcast, this is going to keep flowing. Have you seen all those camps for men? When the men go into the woods and they kind of like hug each other and they chant and they do dance.
That's terrifying. That's something else.
That's something else. But it's also so popular.
Yeah.
There's like Instagram guys that I follow that just run them.
Yeah. I'm sure girls are the exact same as well. When the girls get together and it's just the girls having drinks.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
All that estrogen is all building up with one another.
That's
and there's
true.
This flow state kicks in.
They talk about shopping non-stop. There we go, I'm getting the jokes, everyone. I'm a comedian. They talk about how are we going to annoy our husbands? How are we going to get on their nerves? How are we going to make their life very difficult?
I had a theory about why the Andrew Tate thing.
Oh,
and why it's almost like cause to make couples fight.
Okay.
Based on the content consumption of it.
Okay.
So I feel like it's literally set up. A girl will get a clip of Andrew Tate saying about women, blah, 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 blah. You know what he says.
Yes.
He's saying all the worst parts that he says about women in a clip. They get that.
He's got a bit of a smile on his face saying...
horrible, you'd want to punch him in the face. You just hear that and you're like,
of course.
How can I even hear this in 2022? Like, this
it's
literally insane.
Yeah.
He's saying, oh, I can cheat on with all the girls, but you can't because you're aware. It's like, whoa, this is like...
Yeah.
And then a man will get an hour long about how you need to work harder, train more, how business is set up, how the world's a stupid place, and you can tap into these key places and take advantage of it. And they're like, whoa, this guy's like got some interesting points.
He's got some good stuff.
And then you'd be like, oh, have you heard of Andrew Tate? They're like, yeah, and then you've just seen two different perspectives, and it's almost set up.
What do you think? Are women listening to it the whole way through?
I feel like they're just getting like, who would want to listen to more of that crap?
True. So you clock out. You're like, okay, yeah.
You've seen like, that's enough. I've heard enough of him. Why would I listen to another single thing he said?
Men, I think, are like, wow, a guy's talking like this. Let's hear more.
Yeah. Or
do you think?
I never even heard him say that stuff when I first heard him.
Really?
First thing I heard was it was kind of positive things.
Oh, that's lucky.
He was kind of positive in a way.
I heard him on your mum's house, and it was so over the. That's what's his name? Tom Segura's wife. Yeah,
the one that got him famous.
The one that got him famous. Yeah, and he's this guy with the sunglasses and his suit, and he's just talking crazy.
Yeah,
and I'm just analysing it.
But all he's saying is how Muslim sheikhs live.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like who are his viewers? Is it the Muslim world that? I'd love to see where all the views are coming from.
It's weird, especially on that episode.
It could possibly just be, sadly, like all these poor 14-year-old kids that are literally getting their brains destroyed by this horrible role model.
That's the scary
not everyone
thing.
could be a Muslim sheikh and have 10 wives and live in Romania, where the hell you want to live.
Do you think just young men are going to become more misogynistic? Or I guess it's a divide thing. It's literally a divide thing where it's like, I'm either going to become like this
so
or...
misogynistic already, it's not much to slip back into it. We never really have come out of misogyny. We're still pretty deep in it. We still say, guys, come on.
But you know what we mean by that. What should we say?
Huh?
What should we say instead?
I don't know, but we say guys. We're still in a huge... It's misogynistic.
You just say guys, girls.
And that's what he says as well. Like, society is kind of set up like that.
That's
it's hard to come out of that.
Hey guys, I'm doing this.
Because what girl doesn't want to be protected? Doesn't want to be like financially supported?
Yeah.
Maybe not all want to be financially supported, but I would want to be. I feel like all humans always want to be financially supported.
You get to this place where it's literally, I'd say 75% and up.
Yeah.
Kind of would be deemed misogynist. Like women. Women would have like misogynistic views.
Yeah.
Where it's like a man should do this. I as a woman should do that. And I think you're probably around 75, and then you have like the new generation.
Yeah.
That are kind of probably making up even less than that. Because just the average woman you see in the... I like two men talking about women. I know, it's great.
So bad. It's so
bad.
That's all I'm missing. I just feel
two men talking about women with like the Malcolm X book in front of them. Pens in their hand. We're doing this ironically as well. If anyone hasn't picked up on it, we're not actually these guys with pieces of paper. There's something very funny.
But I just all he's preaching is like the ideal Muslim man. His lifestyle, which is how the Quran's basically written.
He's using Islam in a very dangerous way though, because it's like he doesn't believe this stuff. I don't even know.
I think he believes it.
But he's
the
way he talks about it,
I think he could be.
Maybe he is like
Muslim, and he's trying to
the
convert the entire Western world to Islam.
Yeah, he's like the Sayyid Qutb. Like he has a different interpretation. Yeah, where it's like I'm taking kind of the parts of Islam that are cool.
Yeah.
The same way right-wing people take the parts of Christianity that are cool, where it's like women belong in the kitchen. I'm pro-birth.
Cool to them.
Where it's like. Because
they like.
They're like, well, God.
Yeah.
At the end, every single right wing
man is a Christian. Crazy society. We're gonna get killed for this, but I'm scared to even say that.
Yeah.
This is where I actually get scared.
Yeah.
Talking about Islam.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. This is where you actually get killed. But by the way, this is Abdul and Omar talking about this. Born Muslims.
So we can say whatever.
We're born Muslims. We're Muslims at the end of the day.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, we're literally both born
Muslims.
Muslims.
We're
not practicing, but as I've been told by Muslims, once you're in, you can't get out.
It's a club.
You're in
the religion.
No, it is a club. You don't really have to practice it at all, as long as you were born Muslim.
It's not real.
None of it's real.
What was I going to say? It is interesting that the amount of security a religion can have with such horrible views.
Yeah.
Which is like people that are triggered by Andrew Tate, but then This
They
is
love
hard to
Muslims.
word.
No, say it.
But then you have to respect Muslims, even though what they preach is a lot worse than what he's even saying.
Of course.
Which is just fascinating.
Yeah.
It's scary. Well, the amount of safety that religions can have is kind of terrifying.
It's weird because I think, like in the Western world, there's this idea that Muslims are persecuted, that they're a minority, that they have to be protected and bigged up.
Yeah.
And it's like this is like old talking points, but like the idea that people would have rainbow coloured burqas, or actually not rainbow coloured, rainbow coloured hijabs, and it's like, they conflict. Like Muslims hate gay people, you know that, right? It's like, what do you mean? But it is that awkward idea when there's this huge elephant in the room.
Not all Muslims.
Yeah.
I
don't know too much about. I don't know too much about Islam, but I find that.
But they don't love them.
Yeah, they don't love them. It's the same thing as Christians.
Yeah.
When it comes down, at the end of the day, if you talk to any proper Muslim or any proper Christian, they're like, oh no,
because it is hard in Western countries to find proper Muslims.
Yes, very, very
not hard, but there are a lot more Muslims who are Muslim because their parents were Muslim.
Yeah.
They don't really believe in it. They don't wear hijabs and burqas.
Of course. Yeah.
They've got lips done. The boys have got Gucci watches.
That's
They're
true.
doing cocaine. They'll go to mosque like once a week to pray, but like they're not really Muslim. It's a cultural thing now.
It is a cultural thing.
They don't actually believe it. They might kind of believe it, but
it's very funny. It's the same as the average Christian.
Yeah.
And people
and they would be sweet with gay people because they don't really care.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe the women. I don't even know. I don't know. I think those cultures are still pretty funny about gay people.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to involve yourself in religion or like going to a church, going to a mosque, a little bit.
Should we abolish all religions by force? as in one final swoop.
It's an interesting. You just become China.
Yeah.
Just be like, we're not having any of that. It's literally a waste of time.
Yeah.
They're basically saying. It's like, no, it's a waste of time. No religion allowed.
Yeah.
The separation, church and state.
Forgot about that. Yeah, they've got it really.
Yeah, they've got it really going on. Talk about the big.
They've already done it. I'm sorry, they've already done it. I completely forgot.
And it'd be like, are they better off for it? You lose the soul of a country. Technically, I don't know. I've never been to China.
I haven't been
to China.
I haven't been to China.
Heard it's great.
I've heard it's cool.
I've heard it's very, very cool.
I just hear in media that it's bad. I've never actually heard someone go there and say it's a horrible place.
Yeah, I was in Queensland talking to kind of like what you deem like a typical bogan dude. He's like, oh, I went to China. It's the greatest place you'll ever be.
Wow.
Greatest place you'll ever go.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, he just said great people.
Maybe a bit racist.
That's true. A little bit backwards in certain ways. But I guess the idea. Also, I always have to say I'm pretty ignorant to most things. I have a vague idea about what I talk about. But the idea of a country where there is no religion, is that going to be a better place?
Society.
Yeah, is that going to be
that new poll that they've done in Australia is 40%.
What?
Are non-religious.
Wow.
Which is a lot. Might as well, let's jump into 50.
Yeah.
So half of Australia have no religion at the moment.
That's very interesting.
Which is a huge change.
The idea
of Australia Christian policy.
That's true.
Country till like the 70s or the 80s.
And you could easily throw a 20 that just picked Christian. Or
so why has everyone stopped following religion? Zeitgeist?
Is it literally just...
Everyone watched the doco. Everyone just got the link.
Is it just Google? Is it just like having access to information? Yeah.
Pretty
and
much.
you look into it and then...
Like, it's all fake.
And then you can listen to debates.
Yeah.
If you really cared. But the average
I've
person...
listened to so many debates.
You're the biggest atheist in... Are you still an atheist? Yeah, by the way...
I'm not an atheist. I'm
an
agnostic.
Oh, okay, so you're the same as me now.
Everyone's agnostic.
I thought you were saying you were an atheist back... You were an atheist back
Probably,
in the day.
yeah.
You're a pretty staunch atheist.
For argument, yeah, I definitely wouldn't be atheist.
Yeah, okay, you wouldn't say you're atheist.
No.
You're not doing the Ricky Gervais album cover.
you die and it's black. And
Where he's got
life's over, and it was pointless in the first place, and you just hear an animal.
Oh, true.
You
That's the
live,
atheist view.
You kind of be a good person, then you die. That's
yeah.
it.
It's something quite morbid about atheism.
Yeah. It's
Very,
almost
very
a religion within itself.
That's true.
That you believe that there is nothing.
That's true.
That's why everyone's agnostic, because no one has proved anything yet. So no one knows anything.
But I guess even with oh yeah, everyone is technically agnostic.
We have
There's nothing
science.
proven.
If you want to prove your religion, go ahead and show us, but you can't. No one.
Yeah,
No one can even show there's no religion. So
I know. Yeah,
no one can show anything really.
Of course. So you're technically agnostic.
Yeah.
There's something nice about being agnostic.
I know.
Something really beautiful about it.
That would be the best for the whole world.
It would, where it's kind of like, I don't know.
No one knows. We have science, which is a really cool
Yeah.
thing, where it's just based on truth, and we can come to these conclusions. And
Yeah.
we can actually figure out stuff.
There's something about being agnostic though as well, where you're like not discounting anyone. You're not going to discount Christianity. Yeah, you're like the average agnostic person's kind of like, let's say,
There's a chance that you're right.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you do this, this, and this. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I think agnostic people tend to find it interesting.
Yeah.
Rather than kind of like, I'm going to take a deep dive and, oh wow, is there something for me in there? You can more like, you can be an outsider to everything and just be basically, taking the information of, oh, you do this, you do that, you believe this, you believe that.
So what do you think, if you had to guess, what all this is?
If I had to guess what it is, my idea usually goes into we're just animals, something kind of animal based, where it's like.
So, but why are you here? What happened? Why are the animals here?
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Is it just to kill one another and evolve and survival of the fittest and adapt?
So what? Like, I'll go forward and then go back, but
Yeah.
something about the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
We're just the same as like a lion. We're just the same as like any type of fish.
But then we're a lot different.
But we're just like advanced. We've just kind of been killing it in terms of being the dominant species. That's all I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything special about humans compared to like any form of cats or anything.
Humans have definitely lost some attachment to nature.
Yeah. But it's part of
Compared
our
to animals.
It's part of our dominance.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you could potentially live in the world where fish just managed to dominate. Like, again, most of the world's made out of water.
Yeah.
And they managed to...
They still might.
They still might.
Dolphins could be planning something.
Yeah. Let's say dolphins, they're way more powerful physically than a human.
We're in the water. What are we gonna do?
Well,
we're pretty much useless.
Yeah, you're in there, and then let's say they drag you into the water.
You have a submarine.
Yeah, but I'm saying if somehow over like millions of years, dolphins managed to create infrastructure within water, using certain science of
I
their
don't
own.
think millions, couple hundred, couple thousand.
I don't know. It'll take probably, and then you don't know how long everything's been around for.
Yeah.
This is off pure ignorance as well. I'm going to say I don't know.
What confuses me, I don't even know if it's a fact still, that we haven't explored like 95% of the ocean or something.
Yeah, that deep ocean thing.
I don't really get
terrifying.
I need to see we haven't explored.
There'd be something where
seems like we've explored everything.
Oh, there'd be too much pressure or something, I assume.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh, let's say it goes this deep, and we've only gone here. We haven't figured out something that
The
can get us here.
95%.
Yeah, we can't actually get here because it's going to hurt us too much.
I'm going to quick Google this.
Yeah, no, Google. So you're going to Google how much of
the ocean have
we actually explored? Because there could be some crazy things going on in that deep ocean. There's always these...
I believe in all the hollow earth, that there's things in the middle of the... More than 80% of the... has never been mapped, explored, or even seen.
Gosh.
80%.
That's hilarious.
I don't even get it.
But I would say it's literally like this thing.
Yeah.
And it's goes forever.
Yeah. That's shocking though.
And you'll be thinking, oh, I don't even know.
So what's that? There's an 80% chance that there's aliens in the ocean.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
Oh, they always talk about the deep sea creatures.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what?
But we haven't seen any of them.
I know.
So the alien, it's probably...
They're probably existing in the deep sea.
Definitely. It's interesting.
Imagine if like...
I've seen a map, which was very scary. It was like a chart.
Yeah, this is actually good we have our pens. I I'll give you a better pen. You have the...
And it showed evolution.
Try this. This one.
Pen.
It's a terrible pen. There we go. Okay, you're doing a little line.
So evolution started with the little fish. Or something. You can't see anything on the camera.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
And then what happened?
Also, it started with the fish.
Started with the fish?
Yeah.
And then the monkey, and then it went that way, left land, but then it kept evolving in the ocean. So it went two ways. So what we know is the octopus is the most
insane looking thing that
is the smartest animal in the ocean, and then we're here.
Ooh.
So did it stop at the octopus there?
Yeah.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, of course.
That's my theory.
That's a
anyway.
very
I think there's
interesting
something
one.
in there. There's some smarter life form in the ocean.
Imagine if it. I don't know much about like geography or anything like that.
Doesn't even need to hide by the sounds of it. We can't even get.
We can't even get to it. So, how advanced their civilization is, or how advanced whatever's going on underneath the water is just.
And this pressure thing,
so huge. It's kind of like a universe thing, where like, let's say as humans, we kind of see all the stars or whatever. They would see kind of above ground as like a little star.
Yeah. They would see the fish. Their light would be the top of the ocean.
Oh, interesting.
And then whatever this pressure, maybe they've created this huge, unachievable pressure that we, even though we can get to the moon, we can't even just get down here.
I know, which is hilarious.
Which I don't get. It's not even that far, I don't think. It's just the pressure is stopping us.
And then it could be.
But we didn't let gravity stop us getting to the moon. Even though there's nothing up there, and we know there's stuff down there for a fact, without a doubt, there's stuff down there. 100%.
We're going the wrong direction.
We really are
going down instead of up.
There's nothing up there. They're looking at like the Milky Way galaxies a billion years, and nothing's there. There's cool lights and stuff. Can't say anything.
Imagine the creepy creatures that are down there. Just see some guy.
Maybe they don't even know that we're up there because they can't even get to us.
Imagine that you're just like trying to do this.
We've just been here this whole time. They've just been there the whole time, just chilling.
Just some
they destroyed themselves like over and over. We've done the same.
Yeah, just some person that looks like a human, and you just see them kind of like walking as you get deep.
But they're like jellyfish people.
Yeah, and like there's just this civilization. Because I know when you go scuba diving. I remember I went scuba diving in Bali. It's absolutely insane. Just when you get close and seeing like, it's basically like going to New York City, and you just see this town and this society, and you're like, everything's so beautiful. The colors are just out of this world. And then you're just down
a little bit.
And you go to this place and you're like, this is the greatest place on earth. It's like Tokyo. There's a whole bunch of colors. There's big kind of...
it's a city.
It looks like cities. Kind of like things that look like buildings.
It's like Finding Nemo.
Yeah, literally. And everyone's just kind of there. There's traffic. There's groups of people that look like this and that. There's thousands of this little type of fish and that. And it's terrifying, and then you come back up and you see where you are and what you've just seen.
It's strange.
Yeah, and the idea that what would that look like?
Yeah,
a few kilometers deeper.
And we know that that life needs water.
Yeah.
So what kind of life could be created in just pure water?
Of course.
Because I feel like we're getting weaker and weaker
as humans. Right.
For some reason. We're getting more fragile.
Is that true?
It seems like it.
I don't know, unless we're getting stronger.
Stronger in what way? Steroids.
Stronger physically. I guess, even you have like pharmaceutical things that can make people physically stronger.
Without the steroids, no one would be this big guy. There wouldn't be many big guys out there.
I think you just have the evolution of what old Italian people hundreds of years ago, the Australians.
Yeah.
What was it? People.
Maybe we're getting mentally stronger.
Physically stronger though.
Yeah,
like everyone used to be like 5'5".
Seems like we're getting more and more fragile. And autistic, and we're inside, and we're sitting down longer.
I think that's advancing though.
And our attention spans are dropping.
Yeah. But is
And
that
we're
necessary?
eating- Is what necessary?
Is it's funny because you actually say all this stuff and
To
I
have
always
physical
say-
strength, it doesn't seem to be necessary anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you could build a robot that could move your arms for you.
Of course.
So why would you even need to move your arms?
Is that could potentially be getting stronger though?
In a way.
Like I'll always say that
It's definitely unnatural strength. Our natural strength is depleting. If an EMP goes off, we will just be like shriveling on the ground.
Yeah.
Like some creepy sci-fi movie. It's like those brains in like sci-fis, and then when you finally destroy the robot, it's just this like shriveled up little
that's
thing
true.
in there
That's
that can't
true.
even walk itself, even though it's a genius.
Yeah, I think it's the whole idea of what's more beneficial. Should we
Intelligent
be
or strong?
should we be getting
It's
physically
like
strong?
bears seem to be not that intelligent.
But
they're strong.
They're crazy strong.
Hippos.
But you see, like intelligence is always going to win. Like it.
But what's winning?
Beating the other. Defeat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even it comes down to like the classic idea of a
That's only
gangster or a
winning
street
if this
dude.
is one life, which we're not sure of.
Right. Wait, what did you say?
You're only winning if this is the only life that will ever exist.
True.
Which we don't really know what's going to happen when you die.
You
and
die,
your soul
yeah.
goes.
You're just running. And I'm just like, I never knew how to do this. It's like, we need to go fast. In this world, it's all about how fast you are. Usain Bolt is the king. Like, you're just in this society.
It's a stupid paradox. Doesn't even make sense.
I know, it doesn't even make sense.
Just running every day. I was not expecting this. No one could have convinced me of this.
You just see like a
Ghosts are going back and tell you just have to run.
You just have to. You just see like our great grandfather who died, like Pa. He's just like, quick, I've got you. I
That's
got
all
you.
you need to learn is how to run, and you'll be the best in the next life.
That's crazy.
Don't let yourself get old. Kill yourself
Yeah.
once you start to defeat, because the next one's going to be a lot harder for you.
So we're in this world and you're just forever running. Like you
You've got to
can't
have
stop.
breaks,
Yeah, you have to have
and
strategic
then maybe
breaks.
you get less food if you're slower.
Yeah. And
That's
if you
why
have
he's
to,
the king. Whoever's the fastest is the king.
yeah, whoever's the
And then
fastest,
from there
whoever
it
can keep
trickles
running.
down.
Yeah. Then you have the ones that can run all day long and don't need a break. But it's all based around this idea of running from this thing. And you're moving forward, you're going ahead. I like the idea. It'd actually be a really cool movie.
I don't know.
It'd be a really interesting movie. I just
I
imagine.
saw
this-
there's a new movie about slavery coming out. The start of slavery.
Oh, really? I saw an Emmett Till movie that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be sad.
And everyone's Twitter's like, no one needed this.
That's crazy.
No one.
This
what's
one
this?
looks good. It's got what's her name?
Lupita
50
Nyong'o.
Cent's
Oh,
Grandma in Get Rich or Die
I don't
Trying.
remember who she is.
She's like most famous black actor, highest paid black actor, I believe.
No, Viola Davis. Or
Is that it?
the one that did Michelle Obama. In that funny thing.
I don't know. She did The Help. I haven't even
I
seen
think
Help.
I think it might be Viola Davis.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it's got the guy from Star Wars.
Which one?
Looks like you a bit from the newer Star
Oh,
Wars.
Star Wars. Oh, John Boyega.
Yeah.
Ah,
John
I was
Boyega.
gonna. So funny, so stereotypical. I was like, okay, is it gonna have John Boyega? Is it gonna have Viola Davis?
They got to pull out the great.
Just
I
yeah.
feel like they needed Viola Davis for this role.
You have to have it.
So I think it's Africa's being invaded by Spain and France,
Oh.
and it's the start of slavery.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're talking to African communities, and they're like, "Oh, will you let us go take those other communities?" So they're
Oh.
fighting other African tribes, and they're fighting white people.
Oh, I really like
It
that.
seems to be pretty factual. I thought it was going to be like very woke, and it's just black versus white, but it seems they have like made it more
Good. Yeah. Wow.
factual that it is tribes versus tribes trying to enslave one another for the white man and stuff like that.
Yeah. Gosh,
Looks crazy.
that's actually a really.
and I
cool.
think it's based on this true like women warrior tribe
Mm.
that defended some tribe. Didn't seem to win by the look of things, but we're here in Australia.
I know. So wait, an all female tribe.
Female warriors were
Oh, where women.
women were the warriors in
Oh,
the tribe.
and men used to shield.
I don't know what the men did. Who knows?
That's the
I
idea
haven't watched
about...
the movie, but yeah, it seems like that. And I think there were a lot of female warrior tribes in Africa.
I know Egypt was all run... Oh yeah, Egypt was all about female like leaders and stuff like that.
Yeah, there were a lot more.
I think it was all female led, like the men were kind of...
There's the famous, like, all the statues where the woman will have her arm around the man.
Yeah.
Almost holding him.
Yeah. That's a very interesting society to live in.
I always get fascinated. I was watching something on the pyramids and all that last night. And I was just thinking, maybe they weren't these weird... They were just like... That was just them. What they wore. It wasn't this crazy ceremonial religious...
They just wore weed bird hats.
Yeah. And I was just like fresh. I was like,
That'd be funny, yeah.
And they were just humans. Because it's like, we don't know the zeitgeist. We just assume for some reason, probably because other people were like this, but we're still assuming them as well, that they were these very religious people.
True.
That were...
But yeah.
Playing with the elements and doing all this crazy stuff, but they're probably like...
They just had bird hats.
Yeah.
They're just
And
like
that was just
sick.
the freshest designer thing that you could get.
And
And people were just working off, they're like, yeah, the pyramid's always started. I'm on the left side today. Big one, but the fellas, we'll put in the work, we'll get it done. Big payout at the end of the week.
it's just done by tradies.
Yeah, it was just tradies.
Literally
working
tradies.
hard, getting the job done.
And then they'll go out to like the ivy with their bird hats on.
Yeah. It makes me see, in like 1,000 years, once we all kill ourselves and destroy everything, and it goes underground, and then they find our society, and they're like, Coca-Cola was their god.
Oh,
And and they'll just perceive it differently. Where all these things were probably just stupid things that didn't mean anything.
That's true, yeah, we just
And we just put this perception that it's all so important, and it's like the aliens possibly are doing stuff with them, and
we like wearing bird hats.
yeah.
That's all. It looks pretty cool. Have you seen those birds?
And I think Gucci was like some god.
Oh,
Only the
true.
gods wore Gucci. The Gucci gods.
Yeah, so we've
them.
been looking. There's something called a Gucci. I think this may have been their leader.
It was there was this cult religion. that
Yeah,
only
the Gucci people.
top tier people.
They used to be called the Guccis, and because that's what happens. You just roll with this thing.
Yeah.
Be like, well, so basically,
And like, that sounds good, right? That
they
must
were
be right.
they were called the Guccis, and then yeah, you had like the Louis, you had like the LV clan,
And
which
it's a horrible capitalistic society.
and you'd be like, so what we've gathered is we've got the Guccis and the LVs who were enemies, sworn enemies from. They just run
And
with
then
that
there were
thing.
the Vinnies.
Yeah, you've got the Vinnies. But they'll just roll with things and be like, oh, they were sworn enemies.
Yeah.
It's absolutely sworn enemies. If you're either a Gucci or an LV.
And we can see by this book that with the one book
Yeah.
that was recovered,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just something about
Talking about the fashions, talking about like
trying to
materials and stuff.
compete against
like that.
one
Yeah.
another to get a better KPI at the end of the month. And that was
Yeah.
the one book that was remaining in the store. And this is
Gosh.
like and we've just found some random book that somehow survived.
Yeah.
Where they were like, this is just nothing, whatever we found. It means probably not, it's like some receipts or something.
What was? I'm just trying to think back to Egypt though. What was the deal with what it looked like a woman with a man?
I don't think they know. We're all guessing. No one was there.
Yeah.
Like, what do these books really say? They haven't written down, this is how our society was in comparison to your society in
That's
the future.
true.
Like,
Yeah, you probably didn't even.
I have no idea.
There's
Really.
probably no need.
Yeah.
There was no need, or probably they had huge centres that did talk about preservation, and like whoever was behind it failed.
Yeah.
And it's like, you kidding me?
But then who knows? Maybe they were just all religious nut jobs, sacrificing and doing all kinds of crazy rituals and believing in all these deities and gods.
It's funny how quick people are to go to that.
Yeah.
Like, going to worshipping and making sacrifices, and... Because I know I was watching this weird horror movie, and it was like based around like a real story in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And it was just talking about, I guess, it's just cults.
Yeah.
And it really got me thinking just about how fascinating cults are.
The human nature behind one is.
Yeah.
It's like gangs.
Yeah, and just being like, we're going to join this cult, and you have to leave this thing out there and that thing. Even when you go to Bali,
Yeah.
leaving the
Yeah.
silly,
The silly, stupid
the
thing I ain't tripping on. Trying to walk to the pool. Well, they're trying to burn my bloody apartment down. That was a bomb.
That's not, yeah, that is a thing, actually. That's what you always think.
Firecrackers around the yard or something.
But it is a funny idea to be like, well, we're going to leave this for the gods. We have to do this for the gods at the end of the day.
Because the pyramid, the main one, was it was covered in marble and the top was gold.
Right.
So it would have been, I don't know if you could have even looked at it if it was super like shy. It would have looked like a diamond in the middle of the desert there. It would have been beautiful. I think they need to recreate it, to be honest. I want to see what it looks like back then. I'm sick of seeing like this stupid... It's like the undercoat.
Oh, true.
It would be like looking at a half-built building and being like, whoa, they were doing some crazy stuff back then.
Be so funny.
Halfway there, like, we don't even see what they were doing.
You realise the pyramids were just like Westfields. Yeah. You just go in, there's just like a Subway, like a Hokka Noodles. They were just the exact same people.
Yeah.
Just like if you worked at Hokka, you had to wear like the bird hat or something like that.
Thank you for coming to bird hat. How can I do your order?
I'm gonna take your order.
And all the like inscriptions just menus. Yeah. I'll take the cat eye. Maybe 2 cat eyes.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. People that's like, you just go into a food court, you like walk around the pyramids aimlessly, like go to Tarakash, be like, is there anything nice here? So this would probably be good for Dad. You like this? Yeah, no, it actually looks really nice for Dad. And you just like go out, take your bird hat off, go home, and just like start streaming. Watch like the Egyptian equivalent of Andrew Tate. They're wanting to defeminize the man wearing the bird hats. You see what the women are doing to the man.
Defeminize the man. Men need to be more feminine.
Oh yeah,
to be stronger in society. We need to show more emotion.
That's a funny one. If you have the opposite idea of an Andrew Tate out there, that actually just like, men shouldn't be alpha males is actually bad. Men should be more feminine. It's going to make us...
I think, they definitely should. I think that's a huge problem, especially with him.
Yeah.
That he can't express any... He has to keep this act.
Yeah, he does keep this act. And it's...
I'd love to see him like twerking like as a joke at like a party or something to be funny, but he would never ever do that because he's this strong man who would never do that.
It is really sad. Like you always talk. I think I've mentioned like when I did the research on Andrew Tate, just talking about like how he was like his dad beat his mum all the time, and he had to rationalize it how that was good. And he's like, no, she deserved it, and I respect him so much for doing that.
Yeah.
But it is funny, It's just like a coping mechanism to be like, okay, well, I'm going to try to block this out.
Trauma.
I've gone through trauma. He beat my mum.
And I was putting his trauma onto the human race.
But that's we don't have too much time left. But I was watching this funny thing about Hitler.
Oh yeah, let's go.
It was just talking about like his life and how
interesting guy.
What was it? I think his father was like so abusive, and his mother was like really overprotective.
True.
And like he was a huge mother's boy, and he like would get beaten by his father, and his mother would be like, "Oh, I'm going to protect you, make sure nothing ever happens to you." And I think he was homeless on the streets, like selling art.
Yeah, he got rejected from art school.
Yeah, but he was also, I don't know if you go, I think around the city they have like the dudes that are just doing like little things, just trying to sell. Oh, postcards. He was like the guy selling postcards, like basically homeless on the street. And
imagine someone like, you're never going to be anything. No one will ever remember your art. That one thing was like, I'm sure. And it was a poor Jewish man.
Yeah, I know what it is.
That's the only reason, is because that one.
You're going to pay for this, I swear. Gosh. It's then like I think when his mum died, the psychologist or someone was basically like, we've never seen anyone react to a death like this.
Wow.
Like this is the worst case of I don't know, like trauma.
Yeah.
Post-death trauma that we've ever seen.
Because you're at Mein Kampf in prison. I'm not sure why he was in prison, but
Yeah, he went to prison for...
he's kind of just like Saeed Qutb. Like, it's almost like Saeed.
True. You see all the things that kind of he
Similar,
went
yeah.
through, and it's like, okay, well, you can kind of see where he came from. But yeah, there was a really...
Saeed Qutb's an interesting one. I always get fascinated by him.
Yeah.
Just his way of changing Islam. But
Mm.
no one really gets it, I don't think.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, do Muslims know that they're only really wearing and following these extreme ways because of this one little weird looking rat guy?
What weird looking rat guy?
Saeed Qutb.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about like, his
Yeah.
physicality. Oh, right,
He
yeah,
brought
yeah.
like this right-wing conservative into Islam when it was a very progressive religion.
Yeah, yeah.
Women were pretty liberated in
Yeah.
Afghanistan before him.
Of course.
And it's pretty much like what's happening might happen in America with conservatives.
That's
and all
true.
these people are pretty much Saeed Qutb their own religion. They're trying to bring in that old way that kind of got lost through
That's
a normal
so
society.
funny, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we need to go back to how it really used to be.
Yeah, like we used to be...
Back when women didn't work,
Yeah.
when you couldn't get abortions,
Mhm.
there weren't, gays didn't exist.
Yeah.
All these, like, when it was complete Christianity.
That's
and just
so
pushing
funny,
for
yeah,
that
yeah.
strongly. And they're creating radical groups.
Yeah,
pushing
yeah, gosh.
their opinions as well.
Yeah.
And Lord knows where it's gonna go. It's scary.
That's such an interesting take.
And someone's gonna like rewrite Christianity. It's just gonna like do something.
Did it ever have I'm trying to think of when it had its peak or when it had its like nice moment.
When what had its nice?
Christianity.
What's its nice moment? Nothing's nice about it. It's just stupid.
Yeah, but the idea that I guess with Saeed Qutb, this was a religion that was pretty good, and then it
Back
became...
when priests could molest kids and no one
I know,
even
yeah,
knew about it.
that's been happening for...
No one
Did
even.
it?
I always get back to that it is legitimately, they're like bikies.
Mm.
So what are bikies? They're not even bikies, they're like drug dealers. They're organised crime, but they hide behind like, I'm a bikie. Respect me in my bike club. There is no bike club.
Interesting.
We get that you're not actually in a bike club. We get
Yeah.
that. It's a bit of a joke, to be honest. You've got face tats from head to toe.
Yeah.
You've got guns. You're selling drugs. Lord knows what else. You're in organised crime to the T.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all it is. All those top bikie gangs.
I didn't ask if he was a
And then
bikie.
look at like priests.
Mm.
It's like, what are you real? Are you just like there to molest children? And that's all it is. And it's just this front.
God.
And it's just this deep.
Oh,
protected
yeah,
world.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, oh, no, that's just a few. But it's not just a few. It's the majority. And just a few are nice.
That's very interesting.
It's great. It's scary.
Because you keep going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And be like, was
Who are
this
these
just
old
a...
creepy guys? Who doesn't want to go marry a woman? Like, who in what world does a straight man, even a gay man, not want to go get a partner and
Yeah,
live a
yeah.
normal life? Who wants to go never have sex with anyone
Mm.
and just pray to God? A pedophile. Because they can never have a normal relationship because they're not attracted to of-age men or women.
I do think
And they're
though-
just attracted to young boys.
Mm.
So that in that society will never accept them. They can never actually live their free whatever, their horrible way.
Yeah, yeah.
So they go off with other men who are the same.
Mm.
And like choir boys and all this, it's crazy. It's like a joke.
Oh, so I guess it's like the bikie thing. Bikies did used to exist legitimately, and then it slowly changed. Because I was going to say, like, you can understand of...
Yes,
You can understand of why someone would join the
They
priesthood back in the
infiltrated
day.
them.
Yeah, it got
It
infiltrated
was
by
infiltrated.
pedophiles.
They're like, how can
Yeah.
we all be pedophiles and get away with it?
That's
What's
so
an institution
interesting.
that we could get into and take over
Yeah.
and have free reign and no one can really do anything to us? Even if we get caught, we'll go to jail for like a year.
Yeah, yeah. And you're protected.
And we're tax-free.
Yeah, yeah.
Tax-free industry. And bikies, what can we all join? How can we all chill together
Yeah, yeah.
without being called just the drug gang?
That's so
We could all
interesting.
ride motorbikes and
Yeah.
wear patches. And how can we do it right in their face without anything? Like, their patches are literally like punched a cop in their face. It's a joke. It's so funny.
Gosh, and I get it's that layer of like.
And what are all these robes? These robes could be I've molested 100 children. Like, what are they doing?
Yes, it's been taken over by actual.
They've put their own definition. They're just laughing.
Gosh, that's a really interesting one.
Scary. A lot of things on this podcast will get us killed.
I don't.
I don't get in jail.
I know. Yeah, we've hit the hour mark.
GG's.
Drinkwater podcast.
Read Malcolm X.
Read Malcolm X. Peace out.
Guys.